Hello and welcome to K&K Play.
D&D plus VOTV, I guess.
I'm the first K, the Keith.
And I'm the second K, Karin, and welcome to this first episode of our winter special.
Today's episode is brought to you by Flirting with Hostesses.
Trying something new for this holiday special, I will be GMing, and Keith will be the player with 3 characters this time around.
Mm-hmm.
I am pulling from 2 settings. I'm pulling from the Humblewood campaign that came out this last summer. As a Kickstarter, we got one of the advanced reader copies when the printing wasn't the quality that the creators desired. And the other resource I'm pulling is one that is not new to K&K Play D&D. It is
Veil of the Void.
Happy to be back there. This is the most ambitious thing I've ever attempted to GM.
You're doing a good job.
Thanks. This first episode will introduce us to the Humblewood part of our setting. Hope that you enjoy it.
Let's get those dice rolling.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome to Humblewood. Humblewood is a land of bird folk and woodland creature-esque humanoids, I guess you could say. It is a relatively new publication, had a huge Kickstarter. That's not important to our story. So welcome to Humblewood. At the heart of Humblewood, at the very center of the forest, is the Alder Heart, a huge bustling community where many bird folk and humble folk live together. Emphasis on the bird folk, though. We're going to see a lot of buildings in trees and people up in the canopies. Over towards the west is a large patch of scorched earth. A huge forest fire wreaked devastation there some years ago, and since then there's been an influx of strange elemental creatures and monsters that seem to have fire at their very core, and the things that they touch go up in smoke and flames and destruction. But we're not to the west, nor are we in Alderheart. We're south and a bit east. We're going to a farming community called Brackenmill. You have entered the perch of Brackenmill for the midwinter festival that is in honor of Altus, the god of war and tempest. It is said that the winter winds and storms flow out from the chalice that he carries in his talons. He is a great horned owl. Altus is a god who values personal achievement and challenging oneself. In fact, it's said that Altus goes to the land of the dead every single year and stays there until winter is coming and challenges himself by flying back over the divide between death and life. Altus's followers, the people who give their primary devotion to him, gather for this festival of challenges of strength and physical prowess. Usually not so much a competition against each other, but just a competition against oneself. Viggo, you have been an admirer and follower of the way of Altus for some time now.
Yeah, that's right.
How did you convince your friends to accompany you this year?
Friends, that's a generous term, but, well, one of them just kind of goes willy-nilly where we go, and the other one, I just kind of said I want to go there. They were like, okay, and, we came.
So you're here in Brackenmill. Brackenmill is a farming community on the opposite side of Humblewood from where the fires were. As you enter Brackenmill and you look up into the canopies and the branches, you realize the two of you who have not been here before, that this is different from most of the perches that you have visited in the past.
Oh, wow, it's really nice here.
The perches are places that birdfolk gather and live. Here in Brackenmill, birdfolk and humble folk kind of live intermingled because it's a farming community, and a lot of the actual farming, the plots themselves, are up in the boughs of the trees. Down closer to the ground and on the ground, you'll see plots with, earthy sort of crops. Many of them are lying fallow this time of year. You'll also notice these pens with giant insects, most notably the giant silkworms, for which Brackenmill is famous. Inkwell, how do you feel about giant insects? Because I know that sometimes you eat the smaller versions.
They get yummy.
Would you eat a giant one that's practically your size, or nah?
I might not be able to eat all of it, so I'd probably save some of it. But yeah, it looks yummy.
The closer and closer you draw into town, the more and more you see decorations for this midwinter festival to Altus. So you see flags and banners and garlands and all sorts of interesting greenery festooning booths and shops and homes. In fact, a lot of the humble folk, the more woodland-style creatures, have lined the roadway with booths selling cider and interesting homemade goods like candles and whittled figurines. Nigel, is there anything in particular that catches your eye, or just everything in general?
Yeah, that thing over there, I don't know what it is, but it looks pretty. Ooh, and then there's that thing. I don't know what it is either, but it looks really, really, really... Whoa, what's... Oh, wow. I have to look up at everything, because these weird land-dwelling bird folk are a bit bigger than me. But, yeah.
You do notice that the flags and streamers and ribbons and so on, as you go further in, tends to become more prevalent because, of course, it's traditional to want to capture some of that winter wind for which Altus is so well known, and so many of the decorations are set up to celebrate. You see wind chimes and pinwheels and flags and banners. The whole perch is decorated. Around you are a mixed group of birdfolk and humble folk, both residents and travelers like yourselves. You notice a disproportionate number of strigs, or owl-like birdfolk. You reckon that's probably because so many strig resonate with the great horned owl, Altus. And so you see strig of many kinds. You see fighters, you see farmers, you see rangers, you see rogues if you look really careful. But as the residents and the strigs and so on look at you, the three of you traveling together, what do they see?
Yeah, well, so I'm a vulpine. That means I'm a dog-like creature, but I'm a boxer. And not just that, I'm a boxer. I guess you could say I'm a fighter. That's what I am. But I use my fists, and sometimes I bite. So I'm a fairly large, very, very buff, scarred-ish fighter, because I give them as I take them.
So you're a boxer. Does that mean that you have kind of that stereotypical tuxedo sort of markings, or?
That's right, I do. A nice brown and white fur, the underbite snout, smaller ears that have a bit of scars on them. But that's me.
That's Viggo.
It's Viggo.
All right. We've heard a little bit from Nigel already, and we've heard that he's a bit short, but Nigel, tell us a little bit more about what people see when they see you.
Oh yeah, they see the most dashing, dancing, handsomest Luma bird person that there is.
And what's a Luma?
Aluma were like dove pigeon type people. We're the shortest of the bird folk. And that doesn't bother me. I'm maybe, I think 2 to 20 feet tall, somewhere in there, probably closer
Somewhere in
to
there.
2.
Uh-huh.
And so I am the most handsomest type. I have white feathers all over. Very pretty, except for my fingertips. They're a little bit black. White feathers all over, except for my fingertips are a little bit black because I do magic with them. And my magic comes from deep within me. So my chest has the shape of a heart in black feathers.
Inkwell, you've already admired the giant bugs. What do people see when they see you walk by their booths or pass them on the street?
Well, most people, take a good hold of shiny things because I'm a mapak. I'm a raccoon person. I have the nice stripy fluffy tail. I do like to cuddle. And I have the bandit type face and little teeny tiny claws. And I'm a ranger type person. But everyone does a double take because riding on my shoulder is this little almost see-through squid.
A squid.
A squid. I named it Bloop.
Bloop.
Bloop. Bloop.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what is Bloop's purpose in your life?
Oh, Bloop is this fae-type creature that goes with me and helps me do other things, and it will summon more of them, and they come and swirl around me and do cool things. Bloop is my fae of the land.
So kind of a familiar.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, up ahead, as the three of you walk, you see what is arguably the hub of Brackenmill. It's the Sunny Silkworm, a large inn and tavern in a large wooden building halfway up this huge gnarled tree at the center of the town. You can reach the inn by a dozen scaffolds and stairs and walkways. You can tell that with all the catwalks that run down to the platform that the building is on, they intend for all roads to lead to the Silkworm.
That's funny. Yeah. I don't get it.
The Sunny Silkworm is also decorated for this special occasion. You'll notice some bunting hanging from some of the outer windows, festooning it, making it look all festive.
I want to take some.
I mean, that's an option that might eventually be available to you. Right now, it's still a good ways off. But you can see that on the platforms kind of surrounding the Sunny Silkworm, both above and below, they're setting up what will be the tournament and competition. Well, it's not I guess it's a competition. The event areas, the venues for the various events for the festival, which will, of course, start tomorrow. You see that scaffolding has been rigged in some new places to accommodate the new venue. Yeah, the Sunny Silkworm seems to be where everyone is gravitating towards now. You've got the booths around you, you've got the inn, you've got the places where they're setting up. The city is yours, the town is yours. What would you like to do?
Oh, gosh. I don't know.
I'd like to take a look at the, where the tourney's going to take place. Because you get a lay of the land, take a look at what I'll be, dealing with, see if any competitions in there. Yeah, I know it's all about, myself and strengthening myself and challenging myself. But there's always that,
Friendly rivalry.
yeah, the rivalry.
So you want to see if you recognize anyone?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead and climb up. Let's have you make, actually a survival check to see if you can find a pathway up, since there's so many different ways to traverse it.
I'm decent in survival some days.
And today as well, it looks like.
That's 16 plus 5, so 21.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you've been to this festival before. It looks similar to other times that you've been here. So you're able to find your way to the right set of stairs to kind of climb up. Give me a perception check.
Oh, Yeah. Ooh. That's, 6.
You do not see anyone in particular that you're looking for or that you recognize.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Can I recognize anyone?
Give me a check, Nigel. You've never been to Brackenmill before, but go ahead.
Oh, no. This is gonna be great. I know everyone, and everyone knows me.
I bet they
because
do.
I'm Nigel Quackenbackentonsunski.
Uh-huh.
Let's see, that's a 10 minus 1. 9.
Yeah, there's a lot of owls here.
Yeah! Like that one. And that one, these owls look very different than the type of owl Viggo is.
Yep, pretty different.
But you know, he's a very darn good owl buddy of mine.
So, Nigel, are you content to follow Viggo around as he looks at the events?
Have I lost him?
No, you're still with him.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, I just until like get distracted.
Sure.
Cause you know, it's just hey, what's that?
Inkwell, what are you up to? Are you staying with your companions?
For now.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is a long shot, but let's spread the joy around. Why don't you give me a perception check as well?
Yeah. That is 19 plus 7, 26.
That's amazing. You spot him. It's Riffin the Ash Knight.
Oh.
Riffin is a legendary fighter. He has been stalwart in standing against the elemental creatures that have come out of the area that was burned down those years ago. He is a small, stout strig. He stands a few inches over 3 feet. He originally hailed from Ashborough. Ashborough, of course, was almost completely obliterated in the fires. And he's one of very few knights to hail from there. You know from... Well, actually, no, give me a history. Give me a history check.
Okay. 14.
He's well known for doing good things, for doing acts of charity, for going places where he might be needed. He is almost, I mean, he's not a monk, but there is a kind of monastic approach to his life now in that he goes where he feels called and needed and does what good he can find to do in every place that he ends up. He is obviously, you know, a devotee, at least to some extent, of Altus. You imagine that he's here to participate in the festival.
I poke Viggo in the side, right under the ribs.
Oh, don't do that.
Him. I point to him for Viggo to see.
Oh, right. That would be a good one. Yeah. Do I recognize him?
I mean, once Inkwell points him out. Yeah, give me a history. Yeah, you recognize him.
Yeah, that's 18.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't know him personally. It's not like you've met him personally, but you recognize him from other midwinter festivals.
Right. He's got a crowd around him, I guess.
He seems to be in charge of setting up one of the event venues.
Oh. All right. I'm gonna, go up and greet him, participant to participant.
All right, yeah, you may do so.
So I go over there and, hey.
Well met, friend.
Hi, I'm Viggo.
I think I recognize you. Have we met before?
I've done a few of these in the past, but I don't think we've spoken.
Well, I can only assume you're here for the festival.
Of course. I'm here to participate.
So am I. I will look forward to seeing your works of courage on the field tomorrow.
And I look forward to seeing yours again.
May the strength of Altus be yours.
And may your strength please him.
That went about as well as you
Yeah.
could hope for.
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
I gotta do my best.
Are you at all starstruck by him?
A little bit.
A little bit?
I always forget how small he is.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm close to like 6 foot. And so he's small.
Gosh darn, he's bigger than me. I'm pretty as a feather.
Well, most people are bigger than you, my love.
Yeah, I don't hold it against them.
Anything else that you would like to accomplish here down in the town? Do you want to go to the inn? Do you want to go to the booths?
I've done what I need to do.
Oh gosh, I could go anywhere. And I mean, there's so many things. The shinies and the peoples and the food and the bugs and I don't know. Oh, it's so wonderful.
We need a room.
So your vote is to go to the inn.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, we get to go to an inn. I haven't been in an inn in so long.
Not since last night.
I know. That's so long ago. It's like a total of like, I don't know how many hours.
Well, it's got to be at least one.
Yeah. It's gotta be at least 1 hour since I was at the inn.
Right. I lead us to the inn.
All right, fabulous. You go inside. It is bustling. It's not just an inn. It's also a tavern. So right now, that downstairs area is very crowded. It's an interesting setup as you walk in. It's kind of split level, so you will come up to a front like hostess desk, and there are stairs leading down into the tavern, and then there's stairs leading up, presumably to rooms. Of course, there's like a mezzanine sort of situation around here because most birdfolk can sort of glide from place to place, and there are even a few roosts here in the inn that don't appear to have any catwalks or mezzanine structures in front of them at all. It's just a door in the wall. So that's an interesting thing to notice.
Yeah, so I'm going to use my wing flap, which, it's a bonus action that propels myself upwards equal to my speed, but I don't go that far. I just go up onto Viggo's shoulder. I wrap an arm around his head to steady myself, and I address the hostess at the desk.
Okay, so a very pretty Gallus looks up at you. She's kind of a Gallus is one of the sort of chicken-like or fowl-type birds, and this particular one has gorgeous copper feathers. They seem to taper into an emerald sort of color towards the end of her wings and tail.
Hey, how you doing?
Roll charisma.
Yeah, I can do that. I'm going to use my bend luck feat and spend 2 sorcery points to add a d4 to that. Ooh. So that's on the dice itself a total of 12 plus just charisma. 17.
So a total of 17.
Total of 17.
She blinks a few times, not expecting to be addressed by so charming a person, and gives a little smile and says, "Well, I'm very well, thank you."
Good. So, the 3 fine feathered ones of us would like a room. My 2 friends, they can't fly so well, so if we could have one that they don't need to, flap their wings to get to, that would be awesome. Suspendously super.
Oh, well, I will check and see.
Mm-hmm.
We're very crowded at the
Oh,
moment,
that's
of course.
great, yeah.
Did you have a reservation?
I would definitely have a reservation. Can I make one?
She looks at Viggo.
Right. We have a reservation.
And what's the name?
Yeah, what we put it on?
Bloop.
What they said will be under Bloop.
And how is Bloop spelled?
Oh, Bloop.
Yeah, I can tell you how that's spelled. That's spelled XQPTROOUGY.
We don't have
Sorry,
anyone
he,
under that name.
No, he didn't do that.
Yeah, B L O O P. Bloop.
Bloop. Yes, I see it now. Thank you for your patience. It looks like you have a room with a triple bunk.
QAB. Oh, that's great. I like the bunks. They're so wonderful.
All right. So here is your key, and dinner is served any time. So come on down to the tavern. Find yourself any empty table that you can. But I would suggest you go up and make yourselves comfortable. You look like you've been traveling for a bit.
Longer than 1 hour.
Thank you, miss.
Of course.
I think I'm going to carry Bird Brain here with my fingers holding his beak shut, and we'll go find our room.
All right, let's do a quick contested roll. See if he has the strength to break your grip. So give me 2 strength checks. One for each of them.
We'll do me first.
Okay.
It's a natural 7 plus 5.
It's an unusual grip. It's, you're doing fine, but
Would you say it's athletics?
no, I would say it's strength.
All right.
Oh, yeah. And now my turn. That's natural 3 minus 2.
Yep.
He's done this before.
Uh-huh. He has.
All right, you make your way up to your room and unload your stuff. Would you like to go back down to the tavern or go outside, or do you just intend to rest?
I'll go back down.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I go back down too. That place is great. I got so much energy from looking at it. I want to do awesome stuff, meet people, and yeah.
All right, so you go back down into the tavern. It is, as I say, bustling. You see a couple places where there seem to be some open spots. There's an empty foretop where you can sit. There's a couple cafe tables that are a little higher, like bar height. So you can find your way around and find a place to yourselves, or you can attempt to join one of the other tables where people are playing games or eating.
I go to an open foretop because that would be better, more average for our sizes, because we're 3 very different sizes, and that would be good. But then I notice Nigel is going to one of the taller tables.
This is nice. I'm gonna do this one.
Okay, Nigel, it is taller than you.
Uh-huh. This is great.
Did you find a stool, or are you standing underneath it like it's an umbrella?
I'm standing underneath it right now. This is great. Someone carved some stuff under there.
Okay,
Ooh,
roll
yeah.
a perception check.
4 minus 1.
Yeah, it's the underside of a table.
Yeah.
Yeah, looks great.
Yeah. It looks like there might be carvings, but I can't read, so I don't know what it says.
That would make a dent in your knowledge. All right, Viggo, what are you up to?
Right, I'm getting us some ale, and I turn around, I see Inkwell staring. Inkwell's claimed a table, but he's staring at one of those tall ones, and just as a group of ladies start to take it, I see Nigel. Right, so I'm gonna go over there, and pardon me, ladies, I just got a very stupid bird down here. I reach under the table before they take their seats, and I pick up Nigel.
Oh my.
Oh, hey there, ladies.
Hello.
Oh, what you doing here?
Not now.
But they're ladies. They need to be talked to, too.
What you gonna do, Viggo?
Well, I got 3 ales in one hand, and I got this squirmy little Luma in the other. I want to chuck him out the window.
There are no windows near
But
you.
there's a lot of people. And there's these nice ladies here.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I'm just going to try to carry him to the table that Inkwell's got for us.
Are you going to allow that, Nigel?
No.
All right.
Dickens, no.
So what are you going to do to contest this outrageous behavior that
It
your
is
companion is showing towards you?
horrendous what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
What can I do? Well, I could try to square him to break his grasp, or I'm going to shrink him.
You're going to shrink Viggo,
Yep,
who is carrying the ale.
yep.
Okay.
Let me just look up how the spell works.
You can't read, my dude.
No, but the person controlling me can.
Okay.
Well, Viggo needs to make a Constitution save.
Well, crap.
Uh-huh.
I rolled a 2
Uh-huh.
plus 6,
Uh-huh.
8.
Yeah, no, buddy. That's not going to beat my 16. And so, Viggo, holding me, is now half his size.
Great. Viggo, give me a strength check.
Right. That's 15 plus 5.
I'm going to send 2 sorcery points to do my bend of luck on him.
Really just spend it all.
And take 2 away from him.
It's still an 18.
Right, that's an 18. Yeah, so,
So he doesn't drop you.
well,
And he doesn't drop the ale.
well, I'm going to try to squirm out of his grasp with my great strength.
Uh-huh. Give me that strength check.
And since I am a Luma, a Sable Luma, I have fated. I can reroll 1 die per day.
You're going to choose it to be this die. You're calling that before you even do the thing.
Oh, we'll see what it is first.
Uh-huh.
It almost was a nat 20. That's a 4 minus 2. Now I'm going to reroll.
Uh-huh.
Nat 20
Uh-huh. Okay.
minus 2.
Uh-huh. You managed to slither out of his grasp.
Hey, ladies.
You land very nicely. Viggo is focusing on the ale. He's paid good money for that ale. Inkwell, are you doing anything to help or are you just watching?
I'm going to roll to see what I'm going to do.
How about a flip a coin here?
Yeah. A 1, stay, 20, help. 1, I'm watching.
But hey, I forgot something when I cast that spell. I'm wild magic.
Okay.
So if I roll a 1, I get a surge. But that's a 4.
Okay.
So nothing weird happens.
Well, that's good. Viggo, you make it back with your ales.
Right.
You hand them to Inkwell, who sets them on the table. You are half your size for another... how long?
Hey, it should be ending soon.
Yeah,
It lasts for a minute.
This isn't the first time he's done this to you.
No.
So you go ahead and climb up in a chair, make yourself comfortable.
I'll wait for it to end, then drink my ale. Glare at that stupid bird.
Nigel, do you remember why you were slithering out of his grasp?
No.
Okay. Take a look around. Give me a perception check, Nigel.
Oh, yeah. I'm good at those. That's
That's pretty good, actually.
18 minus 1.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I see the room. It's big, and there are people.
Suddenly, it becomes obvious to you that you were gonna go get some food.
Yeah. I'll
That
go get some food.
was the next thing on your agenda. Definitely.
Nachos.
Yeah, I'm sure they sell those here.
Or Ebiskeepers. Or sushi.
Yeah, they've definitely got to have one of the three of those.
Whatever sushi is, it sounds great.
They probably have the apple skeevers.
Okay, I'll go get some apple skeepers. Hey there, bar person on the other side of the bar I can't see. Could I get some apple skeepers?
Bird folk with a very long neck and a very long beak. Appears to be some sort of heron. Peeks over the edge at you.
Hi, I wave. I like your neck.
Thanks, I do too.
Yeah.
Did you say that you wanted apple cider?
No, I want like those little round pancakes that are filled with jam. They're like apple skupushka.
I'll ask around.
Okay.
And he ducks back behind the bar. And you don't know what he's doing. You can't see.
Nope.
So for all you know, he is doing what he said. Take another look around. What do you see?
Oh, yeah. That's a 5 minus 1.
See a lot of people's legs.
That's a good pair of legs, and that's not a good pair of legs, and that's half good. And that's a very feathery pair of legs, and that's a not feathery pair of legs, and that's another pair of legs.
Can I go over and help him?
You don't have to, but yes, you may.
He's being Nigel again.
I think that goes with the territory.
Yeah. So I go over there, and I get the heron barkeep's attention.
Hi.
I think he wanted apple skivers.
Oh. Yeah, I thought he said apple cider.
Yeah. He doesn't remember how to say it.
Totally understandable.
So if we could get 3 plates.
Sure, yeah, no,
Okay.
coming right up.
Okay, thank you. And then, without Nigel knowing it, I'm going to take his hand and I'm going to guide him back to our table.
All right, sleight of hand that. Yes. Yes.
19 plus 3.
Nigel, all of a sudden you're sitting down at the table.
Oh, wow, how did this happen? This is amazing. It's a miracle.
And there is a mug of something delicious in front of you.
I'm going to chug it.
Please, okay. That's a choice that you're making with your life.
That was good. That was it.
A few minutes. I was just waiting for you to interrupt me
That
one more
was
time.
it.
A few minutes later, the plates of apple skivers come out. They are lightly spiced, so it's not just a plain old apple skiver batter. It's got some cinnamon and nutmeg and cardamom in it. So it's very nummy, very seasonal. And those get set in front of you. You take a bite, and it seems to be some sort of spiced fruit situation, like a mincemeat. It's very delicious.
Do I have to make a constitution check?
I don't know. Are you allergic to...
Oh gosh, I don't
Mincemeat?
know. Maybe?
It seems unlikely.
I once thought I was allergic to my own feathers.
Yep. Yeah. So you enjoy your meal.
Yummy.
Yummy. Hit the spot.
Inkwell, give me a look around.
Yeah. Can go. 18.
Okay. Viggo, give me a check.
Oh, right. Okay. That's 19.
Okay.
Me too?
Sure.
That's 13.
Okay. You spot some more people that you recognize.
I recognize.
Viggo in particular.
Right.
Viggo in particular. People that he recognizes from past festivals. For you, Inkwell, it's more like a general sort of... You recognize the places that these people are from. You recognize the brands on people's shields and the marks that show what houses they're from or if they attended the university and things like that. So you continue your meal.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
Yummy. These apple are great.
So music starts up. There's entertainment that always tells the story of Altus pouring the storms from his chalice and the way that he fights through that barrier between life and death every year. And they sing these songs around midwinter. You sit back and enjoy some entertainment. Your heads are a little fuzzy from this beautiful ale and from the travel and how tired you were.
And from great birdly companions.
Sure, absolutely. Birdly companions of all shapes and sizes. Give me one last perception check before the night is over.
Right, I'm going first. Was almost a nat 20. That's a 10.
Okay.
That's a 13.
Yeah. And that's 14.
That's about to be expected. The night ends and you don't see anybody that you don't expect to. You don't see any incidents that you don't expect to. It looks like a town that is ready to party.
Party!
Party in Brackenmill.
Woo!
Sounds like
Right, he does that.
maybe it might be time to head up to your room.
Right, I pick up Nigel, throw him over my shoulder, and go to our room.
All right. You settle down for the night. The fire is burning low. Each of you is in a bunk. Do you have a preferred order? Who gets which bunk?
Right, yeah. When we get in, I unceremoniously throw Nigel up onto the top.
Mm-hmm.
I hear the thump of him getting up there, and then the snoring sound begins. Then I throw a pillow on top of his head, which muffles that. I'll take the middle bunk, since I am a bit bigger than Inkwell. But then, Inkwell is fairly good at climbing. So I look at them.
What would they prefer?
I'll sleep under the bed.
Right.
Perfect.
I'll take the middle bunk, and Inkwell will sleep under the bottom bunk.
And you settle into your sleep. Nigel, for you, it is restful and dreamless and lovely. Viggo, it's a little bit fitful. You're anxious for the next day. You want to prove yourself. You want to do well. So you have some anxiety-style dreams, but things settle in for you. Inkwell, as you settle into sleep, you have a dream. Altus is an okay god. You've never thought badly of Altus. But Altus isn't for you. You have always been drawn, and your devotion has been drawn, to Hath. Hath whispers secrets in the night. Hath tells of things that you otherwise wouldn't know. Devotees of Hath sometimes go mad, but before they do, they are privy to all the things, all the secrets that their god would share. So it's not uncommon for you to dream. You dream tonight. You dream of winter winds. You dream of a world where a great horned owl flies in mountains that seem to be made of mirrors, and you cannot tell which one is the real one. The reflections reflect off each other, and the owl flies on, and you dream of a chalice, gold and silver and intricately made. You dream of the fight back to life. You dream of arrival back in the common realm. And then something goes wrong. There's darkness and green haze and suns that look eclipsed and large feathers, tawny and spotted and sable and gray, falling, and a chalice falling as well. But these are Hath whispers, and Hath often speaks in riddles. You wake up the next morning to snow.
And there you have it, another episode of K&K Play D&D is in the books.
This is the first episode of our Winter Special 2019, Humblewood and Veil of the Void edition.
It's a good mashup. though we've only done the Humblewood part.
Definitely need a title for this. I didn't think that far.
Yeah.
Hopefully by the time this gets uploaded, there will be a title.
I will pitch Quackenbach and Dockendrücken as the title.
You have pitched it.
It won't be it, but you hear it now.
Yes, Most of the music is carols that are in the public domain, arranged by me. There are some soundscapes that are from tabletopaudio.com.
Hit share, hit like, let everyone you know about us.
It's holiday season. People are traveling. They need something to fill that time.
Yeah, and what better than a weird little pigeon man?
I mean, when you put it like that.
Or a raccoon whose best friend is an ethereal squid.
You literally cannot do better.
You cannot. So, again, hit share, hit like, let everyone know about us. You can find us at our social media places, K&K Play D&D in the places.
Next week, we will be venturing into some of the accompanying Veil of the Void settings, so you have an opportunity to go do some research if that is your bag.
And finally...
I was going to say that.
Rochambeau.
1, 2, 3, I win.
Aw. And finally...
Oh, come on!
I'm the first K, the Keith.
And I'm the second K, Karin, signing off.
Thanks for listening.
And be well.